Everybody, welcome to the classic car display now. One of them is and some of the tales that are absolutely brilliant. The whole section is a bit dark for that, but there is tiny sunshine put in the world tonight. One or two bits of useful information yesterday, actually, probably, but there we go. It's not much I remember these days, it's not the useful bits, but there we go. Well, the classic cars are... Excellent, and I think you can reduce the players around the circle. Now, it's yesterday, so we've got a new visitor who can tell us a bit of information. Can you see what's going on with that difficult? No. I better just have a go with the pencils like that, didn't it? Lovely day. I want to bring it in. Thank you very much, that's brilliant. Well done, lads. It's lovely to see you here as I don't know what, yes, so well, you've set the trade now because they've been coming out with your every time now, you see, that's what it is, yeah. It's your future in head, Watch this space next year, because I'm hoping it'll be finished by then. Oh, hang on. We're on. Whoa, what a pretty little car. My goodness. Mae'n rili stopio. Mae'n neud lle bach o hwn hefyd. We all happy? Look at that. Most of them got going again. If everybody's got watching, the will start. Reit, wel, mwyn lai gyda ni gyn rhyw motorbike. Mae'n siŵr bod yw'n iawn, bydd y ffeilwyd yn nesaf. Na, mae fi'n dechrau dwi'n iawn.
So the American cars are leading the parade into the ring. The American Auto Club display, kindly sponsored by C.L. Jones Builders Merchants, based here in Anglesea, North Wales. The veteran and vintage cars are kindly sponsored by W.R. Davies, the Ford dealers in Llangefni, Anglesea, and by Hughes Gray, the Builders Merchants. And the classic cars, when they do come in, are kindly sponsored by A.W. Roberts and Sons at Bodeden. Look forward once again to the owners and drivers of the cars to bring them into the ring. gentlemen, we have a good selection of American cars for you. The American Auto Club have a special section in our show this year, and it seems that they are increasing in popularity. Ceir Americanau mae weld yn dod yn fwy a fwy poblogaidd.
Enjoy the pleasure, enjoy the moment, that's it. Never mind the cost. Beautiful, quite a striking colour, I must admit. Very attractive. Line, bright line, very good. Excellent, I'll move on, thank you very much, thank you. Yet again, another Mustang. Now this is, I call this a wolf in sheep's clothing, because it's very understated, all in black. All the interior black as well, very, very attractive. And I don't mean just the driver when I say this. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this vehicle, its year and age and so forth, please? It's 50-50, I'd be right. So, you know, so, beautiful. Yet again, can you tell us a little bit of history, please?
Yes, 2002 Mustang GT 4.6 V8 with a supercharger. It was brought over brand new by an American citizen to Northern Hall. Eventually I got it in 2008.
It's so cool. Believe in some of these cars here. That's the thing, isn't it? Thank you very much. I think Matthew in the Volvo is just trying to out-cool your representation away there. I don't know. We'll have a word with him later, yeah. Beautiful, lovely. I said yesterday, definitely a country and western vehicle list. Lovely, well, more or less lime green wood grain on the side and that, and very distinctive. Can you tell us a little bit about the vehicle, please?
Yes, indeed. It's a 1996 Chevy Caprice Classic. It's representing the last of the full-size American station wagons. There's none of them hardly left, and they're very, very rare now. Even the Americans won't buy back on them because they were all destroyed on the demolition derby tracks.
What anyone that's got classic cars, it's the worst thing they could ever hear, that is. I know they'll turn around the demolition boys and say, oh well, you know, you can have them all for spares when we finish with them and so forth, but I'm afraid it doesn't cut the mustard now. Hang on, I've got to come round the other side now. I've just got used to the left hand side and I've got to go round the right side. A PT Cruiser, these are a very interesting vehicle. They're obviously very collectible, but very distinctive. Can you tell us a little bit of history about it, please?
I got this red car last year, and it's 2006, and it's 2.4 litres, and I've been very fond of American cars since I was
by Whitesways of Carnarvon, recently been brought back to North Wales, purchased by Mr. John Williams. Also owns the second bus coming into the ring, which is the Bedford SB, the butterfly grille on it. This bus was new to Whitesways and has worked in the area throughout the 50s, 60s and early 70s, and this bus was acquired by John many years ago. So we'll let the commercials take a leisurely pace around the ring. So the sun is out if you want to take a few photographs as they're going round. Dan ni'n edrych ymlaen i gael dipyn o hanes am y wahanol loris a'r buses yma.
Iawn, Will. Diolch yn fawr iawn. 10-4, good buddies, we have a convoy, a beautiful convoy. Welcome everyone, pnawn da, a chroeso I pared y cerbydau trymion. Good afternoon everyone, and well, I say this every year, that it's a fantastic turnout, but this year is a fantastic spectacle of commercial vehicles. Now then, you can see here, and as they do so, I'd just like to thank everyone who is involved with the organisation of this event, because, and of course, for the sponsorship, as ever, of Eric Lloyd Commercials, and not last, and certainly not least, to all the owners, drivers, and preservationists who have given of their maintaining these vehicles is an absolute dedication. These are very dedicated people. You need lots of dedication, you need lots of deep pockets, and you need passion. Now, my wife would beg to differ. She calls it a disease, an incurable disease. But the passion you can see here is evident. Now, as the modern vehicles roll on, you'll see, of course, that these are working vehicles, but you wouldn't believe it to look at them, would you? These vehicles are the lifeblood, the throbbing heart of commerce and business in this country. They work for a living, but they look as if they're show vehicles straight out of the showroom. Now, the classic vehicles you can see lined up there, they're obviously the heritage vehicles from the previous century. We have some of the big names here lining up. We've got ACs, we've got Leylands, we've got Fordens, we've got ERFs and BMCs. And I'd like to pay homage to those vehicles because, of course, they started it all off. Without them, we wouldn't have developed to what we can see here today. What's interesting, of course, is amongst the older vehicles, you'll see a big variety of different makes and marks. But amongst the more modern vehicles, you'll notice that they're of four main classes. We've got the European vehicles and the Scandinavians dominating the scene. We've got the Scanias, the DAFs, and the Volvos. Now, as they line up, there's one little job I'd like to do. There's a gentleman standing next to this bus here. He's called John Williams. We'll have a chat with him later, but there's one very important job I need to do before we go any further. I want to wish this gentleman a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, John. Listen. Nawn ni am sgwrs efo chi mewn 2 munud. Right. Now then, as the vehicles line up, I hope to move amongst them and have a chat with the owners and drivers, and they can tell us a little bit about, and then we'll make our way along the line and chat to the owners and drivers. Right, now then, where's the birthday boy gone? Right, now then, John, we'll make a start. I want you to outline the history of both these vehicles for me, please.
Right, the Bedford OB here is 70 years old this year, and this model of bus is 80 years old this year. This one started life in 1949 in Devon for Sunbeam coaches, and then in 1958 it came to Whiteway of Wynfawr and stayed there till 1977. It then went to